double duty as both Caitlin Snow and Frost. Carlos Valdez, who plays the ever-quotable mechanical engineer, Cisco Ramon. Daniel Nicolay, who plays meta attorney Cecile Horton. Brandon McKnight, who plays enthusiastic scientist Chester P. Runk. And Kayla Compton, who plays Central City citizen intern Allegra Garcia. Also, we have showrunner and executive producer Eric Wallace. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Before we talk about season 7, I do want to go back through season 6, which I think was a really unique year for the show. Because Eric, you decided to split the season into 2 parts. Looking back on it now, how successful do you feel that was? How effective was that?
I thought it was really successful. In the first half with Bloodwork, we were able to really drill down on Barry's story and on dealing with crisis. In the back half, we're able to really drill into Iris's character and to Citizen and Eva's story. And then we'll see at the top of season 7 how it all comes together. And
for the cast, especially the ones who've been here since season 1, in the moment, could you feel something different about the show and how it was structured?
I loved it. I was a big fan of it. I'm really glad that we got to, it gives the opportunity to really flesh out those villains a little bit more and not spread them out so much that you feel like you're sort of filling in episodes to get to the end.
Yeah, I think a show needs to change in order to grow.
As an actor, too, it prevents fatigue throughout the season. 22 episodes is a long time, 9 months. And I think for us having this kind of break in the season where a new sort of storyline emerges kind of puts us in a headspace of, feeling reinvigorated with the work.
The first half of the season was very much about sort of Barry's walk up to crisis and him dealing with his mortality.
I don't know how you're doing this. Real or not, I'm coming for you.
Grant, for you, what was it like sort of dig into Barry in that way in the first half of the season, especially with episodes like The Last Temptation?
That was a really special episode to me. And I think it really was a good episode to show just kind of the culmination of all of his emotions and the conflict kind of boiling over. I just felt really lucky with all the material they gave me in The Last Temptation of Barry Allen.
And on the flip side, we dug a lot more into Iris as a journalist. For you, Candace, what was it like to sort of explore that side of Iris in more detail?
It was a long time coming. I think we've kind of teased Iris being this ace reporter since season 1. It's always kind of been put on the back burner. So it was a nice treat to finally have it be at the forefront of her character arc for the season. It's such a male-dominated cast. I love these guys, but having more women and having this kind of Charlie's Angels reporter team, it was really cool. It brought a new energy to the show, and I hope we carry on with that in the next season.
And on the subject of new things, this season we got 2 new characters with Chester and Kayla, and we have 2 now series regulars coming into season 7. How was your experience sort of coming into a show that's sort of 6 seasons in and sort of finding your way through it?
I was intimidated for sure. I knew these guys were a family and I was nervous. Danny was one of the first people that made me feel so welcome. Aww. We were shooting a scene and she just took me under her wing instantly. And I remember she was like, "Do you want to take a picture?" And I was like, "Do I want to take a picture with you?" Yes. And then I got the courage to ask other people to take pictures because she had made me feel so welcome instantly.
I was a big fan. I am a big fan of the show, and I watched the show. The Flash is my little sister's favorite superhero, so we've watched the show since season 1. So I came in already understanding what the show was about, what the show's tone was, stuff like that. For me, it was more so just meeting everybody and trying to find my spot and my place without interrupting or changing too much.
And Brandon, I know in the past, Eric has talked about how Chester, he views Chester, it's sort of like him, his enthusiasm about science and all that. I'm curious, 1, what conversations did you have with Eric about sort of crafting this performance as Chester? And 2, did you base any of it on Eric himself?
I remember the first day on set, I met Eric, and I remember him just telling me, this guy's brain works faster than his mouth. He can't speak as quickly as he thinks.
Hey, what up, party people? Welcome to a world where all are welcome and anything, including the scientifically impossible, can and probably will happen.
Kayla, with Allegra, I'm curious, coming into the show, how did you sort of connect with your character and in what ways did you relate to her?
The way I look at Allegra is that she just wants to fit in and belong somewhere. And I just super resonate with that. Family is really important to me. My friendships are really important to me. And belonging to something or having a community is just really important to me. So that was one of the first things that I like connected with Allegra. She just wants a family and she like wants to belong, and she hasn't had that previously. And so I just super resonate with her on that level.
For you,
Good
I guess
news, you're in the Flash family now.
Yeah.
Danielle, I mean, this season 6 was all about sort of Frost finding herself or finding a way to craft a life for herself. For you, what was it like to explore that journey with this character?
It was great. It was really fun to get to explore Killer Frost as a real character and a person and a human being with feelings and emotions, and not just necessarily this person who, you know, pops up for a fight and then disappears and we don't really know her perspective on things. So it was really fun to get to dig in and flesh that out and have a little bit of fun with it. You know, like Candace was saying earlier, it's nice to have the variety after, you know, 6 seasons and we're rapidly approaching 150 episodes.
On the subject of change, this season for Cecile, she sort of decides to become a meta attorney for metahumans. For you, what has it been like to see this character evolve from when she was initially introduced to where she is now?
It's a blast for me because I got to be a regular person, then I got to be a telepath, and then I got to be an empath, and then now I am a meta defense attorney. And then from what I understand, there's going to be some shifts next season too.
Is there something that you're hoping to do that you haven't gotten a chance to do on the show yet?
I have always, this is not news to anybody, Eric will not be surprised, I have wanted Cecile to be bad, just a little bit bad, forever, so just a little bit, because she's so good. I would have a lot of fun playing like bad Cecile. Unfortunately, Eric does not believe me to be as good of a writer as I am an actor. So he continues to not buy my pitches.
But I listen. I am listening.
And Carlos, I mean, this season 5 ended with him giving up his powers, and this season was very much about him figuring out what his role on the team was without those powers. After 5 seasons of Cisco's vibe, what was it like for you to explore this Cisco in a new place like this?
I don't think he regrets that decision, but I think it definitely haunts him. I'm actually feeling a lot like Cisco these days because, like, you know, I'll have a fan that I'll like see on the street or whatever. They'll be like, "Yo," but vibe though. Come on. You know, and I have to imagine Cisco's probably feeling very similarly. Like, I know.
The beginning of season 6 actually had an episode called Kiss Kiss Breach Breach, which is Cisco-centric. And included on the DVD set coming out in August is a black and white version of that episode. And we have a clip from that episode. So let's check it out.
You murdered my daughter!
No, I didn't do it. I swear.
Liar!
You have to believe me. Leave him alone.
Where did you get that?
In Cisco's workshop. I don't know how it got there.
I do. He just murdered my daughter with it.
Wow, right.
Pretty cool,
that was so exciting.
Very cool.
Carlos, an episode was so Cisco-centric about him dealing with Gypsy's death. What was it like leading the A-plot?
So gratifying to my budding narcissism.
On that note, we also have a sizzle reel for what's to come in season 7. When we last left off season 6, Eva McCulloch had gotten what she wanted, and she framed Sue. And the sizzle will sort of tease what's to come when the show returns. So let's check out that clip.
I've achieved my goal. This company is all mine. You lost your speed? You're not much of a threat, are you? You just stay out of my way, Flash.
Iris is my wife. I have to save her.
What are you? I am a product of your broken mind.
How much speed do you have left?
Enough for a few hours. I need your help to build an artificial speed force. That's how I can get my speed back.
I was an empath too, only I never held back. What did you do to me? Imagine what you'd become if you weren't so afraid. This time, no one is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your husband. There's only 2 options in this place. Survival or madness. Unreal.
You lied.
Yeah, I lied.
Oh, frack.
There's a supersonic jet about to crash over the city.
And the Flash isn't fast enough to stop it.
Eva can move anywhere, through any mirror in the universe, in the blink of an eye. She's faster than I am, and somehow I'm supposed to stop her?
I have unfinished business and a whole world to liberate.
We need a plan.
We've all lost so much this year. Some things can't be taken. We still have our will to fight for those we love.
Keep watching. Keep trying to break me. Because I'm not afraid of the woman that I am today. But you are, Eva.
Team Flash needs as many hands on deck as possible. We're now Flash.
We go save Iris and our friends.
Get everybody back.
Eric, can you talk about what we're seeing there?
When we had the shutdown happen, as unfortunate as it was, we were on the last day of filming for what would have been the 20th episode of last season, which now will become partially the first episode of season 7. So we did have 85% of the footage that we were able to use. Plus, also, we knew where we were going already in season 7. So even though it's only footage really from one episode, pay attention to the way it's presented. It's actually huge spoilers all over the place.
And that sizzle had a lot of Iris in it, a lot of Iris in the Mirrorverse. Candace, I mean, can you sort of, in your mind, I guess, how do you think her time in the Mirrorverse has sort of affected her?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see when she comes out, and I believe she will come out very soon when we pick up season 7. It'll be very interesting to see how she's been affected by being kind of stuck in this maddening world with this super villain.
Preview showed that sort of Barry is sort of working as hard as he can to get his powers back, get his speed back. I mean, for you, do you think Barry has enjoyed any part of not having his speed at this point, or do you think he really does really misses it, I guess?
Yeah, no, I think he really just misses it. I don't think, especially with Iris being trapped in the Mirrorverse at the moment, and then Eva being a factor, I don't think any part of him has been like, well, I guess I'll just enjoy this downtime while I can. I think he genuinely not just wants his powers back, but he feels that he needs them back. And he's also started to feel that they define him, and what is he without them.
Big bads for season 7. Eric, what was it about Gotham? You're like, oh, there's something there for that.
I want to make sure that new fans, especially new young fans who are reading the comic book right now, are welcomed to the show. So it's not just Silver Age villains and Bronze Age villains. There might be a young girl or a young boy who is reading those Flash comics right now and going, where's my villain, my generation's villain?
And with that, let's move on to some fan questions. Last season, we got to see some romantic moments between Barry and Iris, even though it was Mirror Iris. Will we get to see more of that with the real Iris this season? And this question comes from Jamaica.
They will find their way back to each other eventually. A lot of the romance and the chemistry between Grant and I has always been something even deeper than that. It's the way we look at each other and the way the characters are written.
For Grant, which from all over the world wanted to know this, when will we get to see the Flash in the iconic gold boots?
This might be a question for me, but really it's for Eric, because I don't know if this is saying too much, but if it were up to me, it would have been like 2 seasons ago. So,
well, that'll do it for us today. Thank you all for joining me for this panel. I had a really good time. For everyone watching, please make sure you tune into The Flash when it returns in 2021. The Flash, the complete 6th season, is available now on digital and comes out on Blu-ray and DVD on August 25th.
So, this is the DC FanDome. Wow, what a cool place to be. You think you've seen it all? Not even close. Another big game announcement is on the way. Plus, panel discussions with cast of Black Adam, Aquaman, and the Batman. And now for some more of your fan questions. Check it out.
I would like to. I mean, honestly, as a nerd, seeing the whole table of superheroes, like, I got chills, and it would be cool to be like Justice League out. You know, that would be awesome. So I would love for that to happen. And as far as Henderson, you know, I don't know. I was not a fan of him going. So I mean, that still sucks, to be perfectly honest. So I would love for him to be revived, but I will go on record that I wanted him to not die.
comics have always been an aspiring art form. Our characters have been interpreted in so many ways over the years by incredible artists, including you. Let's take a look at some of your amazing art created by our talented fans right now. Wow, such amazing art. And did you see that Black Adam art piece in there? I wonder what else might be in the store for Black Adam.
I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. This is the one. This is the one that's going to change everything. This is Black Adam. "5,000 years ago, Kahndaq was a melting pot of cultures, wealth, power, and magic. Yet most of us had nothing, except for the chains around our necks. Kahndaq needed a hero. Instead, they got me. I did what needed to be done, and they imprisoned me for it. Now, 5,000 years later, I'm free. And I give you my word. No one will ever stop me again." All right, what's up, everybody? And so happy to be joining you guys at the first ever DC FanDome. You guys are watching from around the world. You're excited. I'm excited. And I got to tell you, first of all, I got to give props to my two friends, Jim Lee and Boss Logic, who teamed up with me to create that really amazing piece that I was so proud to show you guys. Just to give you guys a little sense of the Black Adam movie that we plan to create and deliver for you. Now, I wish I could show you more, a lot more, but as you can imagine, we're still in the very early processes of this creation. But I can promise all of you this, all of you around the world right now watching, I can promise you this, I give you my word, that we are gonna go beyond your wildest expectations. And I already know this because your expectations are high, so are mine. Look, at the end of the day, I truly have one boss that I aim to please, besides my wife and my daughters. And that boss, of course, is you guys, the fans, the audience. Always audience first in my book. All right, so I know you guys got a lot of questions. I'm gonna do my best to answer as many as I can. Let's get this show on the road. Here we go. All right, the first question comes in from June Rodriguez of the United States. The question is, how powerful can we expect Black Adam to be? Well, great question, Jude. Thank you for asking that question. As we all know, Black Adam is one of the most powerful superheroes, anti-heroes, villains, whatever you want to call Black Adam. He is one of the most powerful in the DC universe. But as we all know, the superheroes, they have to exhibit a little bit of restraint when it comes to taking care of the bad guys, if you will, or taking care of the people who are opposite them, who are opposing them, who are in their way. But this idea that you could take all of Black Adam's powers and he does not practice restraint, that makes for a really powerful combination, and one that's explosive, one that's very dangerous, and one that is ultimately, I think, very likable, to me at least. All right, next question comes in from Jaden Marvel of Singapore. The question is, if you could take any DC character to join you in an adventure, who would it be and why? The number one choice on who I would love to take with me on an adventure would be Wonder Woman. And I'll tell you why. No, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, of course you would, Rock. No, look, Gal is my friend. She's a very good friend of mine. But the character of Wonder Woman is one that I have such a tremendous amount of respect for. I've always thought that this combination of Wonder Woman and Black Adam would make an incredible pairing. So this idea that we would go on an adventure together is something very cool. The other part to this answer is, I always thought that it might be cool to hang out with Superman. That would be cool, right? I mean, we're kind of similar in terms of our powers, our strengths, our speeds. Because look, at the end of the day, you never know. Black Adam and Superman could become friends. Or they won't. Who knows? Maybe we'll see. All right, this next question comes from Caleb Hammocks from the UK. The question is, out of all the characters you could have played, what is it about Black Adam that stuck out to you that makes him unique? It's a great question, Caleb. Thank you very much. Caleb or Caleb, I hope I pronounced your name right. As many of you know, Black Adam has been with me for a very, very long time. This has been a project that has been in development for a very long time, over 10 years plus with myself, our producer, Hiram Garcia, who's the president of $7 Productions. I mean, this has been in our DNA and in our wiring for such a long time. One of the main things that I always loved and admired about Black Adam was, number one, he was an anti-hero. He is an anti-hero. I love that. I love that the line is a little blurred. I love that he doesn't toe the mark. I love that he doesn't walk the line. I love that he has his own sense of Black Adam justice. I also love the fact that his origins are that of a slave. When the origins are that of somebody who is enslaved, his people enslaved, his family enslaved, and he's felt the burdens and the pressures of a larger entity holding him down until he can't take it anymore. And when you come from that place, it's just a different energy and a vibe, different mana that you have. So I've always loved that about Black Adam, which informs how Black Adam operates, how he sees justice, how he delivers justice. And I've always appreciated that about Black Adam. Okay, this next great question is from Ayush Butola from India. I hope I pronounced your name right. So from India, thank you for this question. Will you stay faithful to the fact Black Adam, at the end of the day, is a ruthless keeper of justice and not a stereotypical villain or a hero? I love this question, and my stripped away, honest answer is yes. You know, as we all know, there's many variations and iterations of Black Adam that we have all fallen in love with. Black Adam that I feel in my heart to, and in the beginning, this origin story. This is a character that will possess all the qualities that we have loved, regardless of what variation of Black Adam you've loved, which he is ruthless. He possess all the qualities that we have loved, regardless of what variation of Black Adam you've loved, which he is ruthless. He's a ruthless keeper of justice. He is the judge, the jury, and the executioner, and he believes in an eye for an eye, and he will always do everything he can to protect his family. So that is my answer, and thank you for your question. All right, so here we go. This next question Oh, it's a video question coming in via video. All right, cool. Roll it.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Dwayne? How you doing, man? My question is, I just want to know how you're feeling about the fact that I'm coming for your squat game. I'm just curious.
Well, you know what? Look, I'm glad, Noah, that you said that, because there's a difference between coming for my, Adam Smasher coming for Black Adam's squat game. It's a big difference. So you know what? I welcome it. Dude, good to see you, man. How you been?
Good to see you, too. Oh, I've been really good, man. Excited to be here. Excited to be a part of the team, man.
Man, it's so cool to have you be part of this team and to bring Adam Smasher to life, JSA to life, to bring this entire universe that we're going to create together to life. Well, talk to me a little bit about your workouts. I know you've been training hard despite us being locked down. How has that been going? Let the fans know.
It's been really good. There's a lot of different precautions that we take now, but it's been a lot of training outside, on the tarmac or like on the turf, a lot of sled work. A lot of hypertrophy training, if you will. But it's just grinding. You know what that's like, man. It's just a lot of hard work and just trying to, do the best that I can to be ready to come and deliver when it's game day.
Man, you're going to crush this role. I can't wait. I love that you said that you're training on the tarmac, right? So, and the fact that you're on the tarmac means it's about 120 degrees on that tarmac.
Oh, it's warm down here.
Well, man, really quickly, I know that a lot of fans are super excited that we are introducing JSA after all these years. And what is it about Adam Smasher, which, by the way, is one of my favorite characters, especially, when you see him just grow so large and everything is like just so badass and, yes, and powerful. What is it about the character that attracted you?
Man, I think Al, because the real name Al Rothstein. I feel like he really has something to prove, especially with his lineage of where his grandfather was kind of a villain, and he's got quite a spirit to just help. And what I love about the character is that he goes through this transformation throughout the film, where I think he's not expecting the world of being a superhero, because this is his first mission. It kind of just like hits him across the face, and so it's this journey that he goes on of what it means to be a superhero, and he gets to really see someone like Black Adam, who takes a different approach, clearly, to solving a problem or fighting bad guys. It's an exciting character. It's a young character. It's a new, fresh face. And I don't mind being the size of the Eiffel Tower or the Empire State Building. That'd be pretty tight.
I've seen some of the early like previs and renditions, and I got to tell you, it's so cool to see Adam Smasher next to Black Adam, and how, especially when your character, just becomes even more powerful and he grows. It's just such an incredible visual to see Adam Smasher just so big and badass. And, Black Adam just reduced. Years. So I thank you. My heart is full of gratitude. We're going to crush this movie.
I'm so stoked, man. I can't wait. Thank you for having me aboard. So grateful. Seriously.
Well, so cool to see my boy Noah. Can't wait for you guys to see him in the movie. He's going to kick ass. All right, now, I tried to get through as many questions as I possibly could. There were literally thousands and thousands of them. And a lot of the questions were about the JSA, the Justice Society of America, and who from the JSA is going to be in our movie. Well, I don't want to reveal too much this early on, but I thought this might answer some of your questions. Take a look. I have a knack for destroying bullies. But there are some who think I need help. Hawkman. Dr. Fate. Smasher. They call themselves the Justice Society, an organization that believes in fighting for truth and justice. because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Wow, that was amazing. I'm so excited to see Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam. And with that, I'm going to hand this back over to Aisha. Take it away.
Thank you, Lilyco. That was so cool. By the way, guys, Lilyco was a badass wrestler. You guys should totally check her out. Guys, we love hearing from you, our DC fans, okay? So keep tweeting us at #DCFandom. Let's keep the conversation going. And first, here are more of your questions that are just begging for answers.
I mean, I'd just say that Astra is kind of my alter ego. I feel like I find her opposite to me in the sense that I am nowhere near as cutting and badass and kind of straight up and calculated. But I think it's an exciting and interesting side of myself that I find quite easy to go to. So I think it says quite a lot about me that there's something under the surface of wanting to be, I'm naturally quite shy and reserved. So I think there's like a level under my own personality, which is on this wanting to come out somewhere, and it's coming out through this kind of sassy bad woman.
That long, month 6 of the pandemic lockdown. I thought I'd prepared for any possible situation, but even I only keep 6 months of toilet paper in my cave. It's becoming a problem.
How are you out of toilet paper?
Also, I've started talking to myself.
Toilet paper was an April problem. Now we're all out of flour.
I have flour. I have years of flour.
Really?
Yes.
Can I have some?
Maybe. Do you have any toilet paper?
I'm on my way to the store right now.
You gotta try the good grocery store, the one on Finger Street. They've always got TP.
Thank you, Lego B.
It's weird, right? It's weird that he's here.
It's weird that any of us are here. It's weird times. We just gotta keep it together. Get some toilet paper and make sure we wear our masks when we go out.
I always wear a mask.
We all do.
None of you are wearing the right kind of mask.
Future Batman.
I'm wearing a mask. Your masks are like you cut the most important parts of the mask off on purpose.
We get it.
They couldn't be more useless, pandemic-wise.
Thank you.
I should know.
Because you're from the future, yes, we understand.
Do you? And another thing.
Gee, do you think his connection got cut off? Or do you think our actions erased his timeline?
We can only hope.
Guys, today is all about the superheroes that we all love. And in that spirit, let's celebrate the men and women out there who don't get nearly enough fanfare. They suit up daily and battle the bad in the world in an effort to make the universe a safer place for all of us. They don't wear capes, but they do wear masks. And their superpower is their selfless dedication to others. They are the real-life superheroes in the fight against a global enemy, COVID-19. Take a look.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. I hope you're enjoying your time here in the DC FanDome. As you spend today celebrating your favorite DC superheroes, we'd like to introduce you to some real-life heroes, everyday people who see a need and jump in to help. While COVID-19 continues to spread, so do the efforts of these incredible people who bring us hope and inspiration every day. CNN Heroes salute some of the courageous and innovative people working together to get us through the crisis. Now, more than ever, the world needs heroes.
At a time of social distancing, empathy and compassion are alive and well.
Happy birthday to you.
Around the world, people are coming up with creative ways to stay connected, to share resources, and to stay healthy. As healthcare workers risk their own lives battling the virus on the front lines, innovative citizens are turning passion projects into potentially life-saving ventures. One teenager's website has been tracking the virus since December.
It was really hard to just get the straight facts, so I decided that it would be kind of cool if I made a website to make the data more accessible for other people.
And in Italy, a company used their 3D printers to build life-saving respirator parts that were in dangerously short supply. For those whose work can't be done from home, many CEOs and leaders are providing financial support.
This is people's lives at stake. This isn't about basketball. This isn't about the Mavericks.
How many? Said 2? All right, there's 2.
Across the globe, communities are making sure people have food. And stores and restaurants are doing what they can to help others. Here in the U.S., world-famous chef Jose Andres has transformed some of his restaurants into community kitchens to serve those in need.
We need to be part of the solution.
And strangers have become shopping angels to support those who can't leave their homes. Even though we've been told to stay apart, the rallying call for prevention and protection brings us together on social media.
If you wash your hands, then you're not the truth. The world will be a better place.